nice to me. I had a hard time making friends. It was a difficult time for me.
And I learned an important lesson: when someone brings you their work, that's the best they have to offer. They teach you to butcher their work, basically. You know, they bring you the best they have, and you get that pen and you just start going to town about how it's not right. And here it is. That's the best they have to offer. And I've learned over the period of years, before I put a pen or touch it, do you want me to write anything on it? What do you want from me? I ask them, what would you like me to do, instead of just assuming, mark, 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 mark. If teachers knew that their sensory profile was preventing students from learning, I think they would want to find out more about themselves. I understood it to mean this, and no one in the class understood it that way. They understood it differently. And I said, you guys, thanks. I'm gonna change it because that's the way I understood it. Now I know that what could I have done to write it a different way? You need to be human to the kids and let them know, like, did that work for you? That back and forth conversation of the relationship. Well, how was that test? Was it okay? You know, tell me what you thought, and have the kids be part of this partnership of learning in the classroom.
The key thing is they go through so many failures every single moment of their day, whether it's not being able to say what they want or get what they want or express what they want. And so that to keep remembering that, to be positive.
Anytime you get into a battle of control of behavior and wills with someone on the autism spectrum, you're almost guaranteed to lose. So I think we're much better off in establishing positive relationships with people on the autism spectrum.
Kevin had choked someone in the bathroom. They were very concerned that he was unsafe to be around. So when we got him, I thought, gosh, this kid must be a monster. Sweetest, kindest, most polite, most cordial student ever. Did you think that the class that you were in or the teachers really understood you?
Every time I would be in there, they'll just look at me like, why am I here?
Well, you definitely benefit from smaller steps.
Yeah.
And then also, sometimes we work in teams,
Right.
in groups, and then you do really well with that as well.
Mm-hmm. Out of all my teachers, she's like the only one that quite understands me, and I understand her more. So like everything she tells me, I like get it. So.
I do. I'm glad that you got railroaded into my classroom.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks for coming on.
Now we understand that in many, many cases, behaviors that may appear undesirable or kind of socially stigmatizing are forms of communication. That a child will scream if he's frustrated, if he doesn't have a way to express his emotions. That a child may run away if he's confused and overwhelmed because he doesn't know how to say, I can't understand. Or a child may cover his ears and shake his head if there's too much noise in the room because he doesn't know how to deal with that much noise. So in the past, efforts very often were just to try to stop the behavior, okay? Or what was called extinguishing the behavior. Now we understand we have to try to figure out, really put our minds to what's the purpose, what's this child or this person's experience when they're engaging in that form of behavior. We believe if we are really truly addressing what are the core challenges faced by individuals with autism, and that is developing relationships, social communication, staying well regulated emotionally, certainly we want all of our students to succeed in academics. Those types of abilities are essential for academics as well.
What's up, dude? Any good morning? Yeah, when I first started with Neil, any kind of change was tough.
All right, Neil, let's start it up. Neil, Senor Katz. Neil, why don't you get started on the day, date, and month for us? Can you knock that out?
All right. What time is it?
If we were going from the special ed to the typical classroom, it, could
could be a blowout of Neil just choosing to knock something off the wall or on that during that transition. But now we've got our schedule. He's going to work with his teacher in here, and then we'll head up to his typical class. All right, let's just head outside.
Excellent. Give me 5, buddy. 3 in a row.
I think he gets it. Now the test for us is trying to get him to show us that he gets it. He knows the time. He knows how many quarters. He knows, that type of stuff. But he likes to play, and then also is distracted.
When Neil was ready to be mainstream, he was supposed to be in one teacher's class, and who shall remain nameless, she wrote a letter saying she did not want a child like that in her classroom.
Again, I'm going to reference the...
And we found Mr. S, who as soon as he heard about having Neil in his class, he said, "I'd love it. That'd be great."
It says, before we had a constitution, our nation was governed by the blank of confederation. Articles. But what is that?
Confederation. Each colony sent representatives to Philadelphia to fix the Articles of Confederation. Okay, in the American Revolution, if we look at all the colonists, one big piece of pie, how many do you think were for the revolution? How many do you think were against the revolution? Any guesses? Oscar? Want to hazard a guess? Well, let's check with an expert. Neil. Neil.
Eye contact. Eye contact with
Neil. Were more colonists loyal to the king or in favor of independence? King, independence. Which one was it? Well, our expert has it absolutely correct.
It's not the student that's the behavior problem. Actually, they want to be part of the classroom. They don't know they have auditory memory or auditory figure ground. They have no idea. No one has ever taught it to them. So together we can teach it to them and to the teacher so that they can be empowered instead of squashed in the classroom, that they can take part of it and they can engage in their learning.